Welcome back to Links 24 and welcome to our September edition of Money Matters, sponsored by F&M Bank. With the recent hurricanes, earthquakes, and fires that have affected the lives of so many in our nation and beyond, our instincts to help by donating kick in. But what happens when scammers use these national disasters for their benefit? In this month's Money Matters segment with F&M Bank, Rebecca will be discussing the national disaster scams and how to protect yourself from falling victim. She's also going to be touching on the recent Equifax data breach and why it's important for you to stay informed. So welcome to Money Matters, Rebecca.
Thank you.
So national disasters and scams, what's going on?
Yeah, so, with all of the recent national disasters that we've had, in this country, and it's devastating and unfortunate. And of course, like you said, our human instincts kick in and we want to help.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, there's people out there that then take advantage of those emotions in the forms of scams. And we saw this with Hurricane Katrina over a decade ago, where people were creating fictitious Red Cross websites and scamming people out of thousands of dollars. Yeah. And, even months after the hurricane happened, people were still getting scam attempts from people claiming to be FEMA and people from the government offering assistance. And it continued on for months. And of course, we're going to see that happen now. And in fact, I think CNN just reported last week that about 400 or more people have already reported national disaster type scams. So in these, a lot of times it's going to be a fictitious website. We talked about that with the smishing, a fictitious website that looks legitimate, looks like Red Cross's website, but it's not. And of course, from there, they can send fictitious emails and text messages saying, click here, click on this image to donate, because they're preying on our emotions. And of course, we don't want to underestimate a good old-fashioned phone call. So they could also be in form of a phone call with somebody saying that they're a rep from FEMA or Red Cross or another really recognized charity trying to get you to give personal information over the phone as well.
So then how do you distinguish the authenticity of the Red Cross versus the fake?
Correct.
Or are there ways that a consumer could figure that out?
Yeah, so if it's an unsolicited email, definitely you don't want to click on any of the images. Don't click on any of the links. A lot of times if it looks like a Red Cross link, you can hover over it and it's, really, really long. It's not redcross.org. You know that it's not true and you shouldn't click on it. Same with images because it could be a virus. So a lot of times the emails, they're going to look professional and they're going to look legitimate. That's how they get you. And it's going to be more of a sob story. It's going to probably have really graphic images of children and animals and just heart-wrenching pictures where you do want to click on it and you do want to help donate. But we say don't ever click on a link in an unsolicited text or email. You want to go to that Red Cross website directly or the
You
FEMA
want to make
website.
the effort to donate. So you have to seek out the Red Cross versus stuff coming into your inbox, into your text messages.
Correct. Yep. Same with phone calls. If you're getting a phone call saying it's somebody claiming that they're from a charity and collecting funds for the hurricane victims, you want to make sure that you are seeking the charity out yourself, not giving any personal information over the phone.
I know recently, being involved in the Lions and Lioness, our district area, the Toma Lioness and Lions, were able to connect right with the people from Texas, and they knew exactly those Lion members. So that was you knew exactly that it was going to get to the right people.
Correct. Yep.
Are there any websites or anything you'd recommend to our viewers, maybe that they can reference?
Definitely. The Better Business Bureau actually has a Wise Giving website, and it's a good idea to check that out whenever you're going to donate to a charity. You can enter in the charity name, and it gives you the history and the legitimacy of the charity. That's give.org. So they can go there and search out that charity. There's also, if you feel that you have been a victim of national disaster scam, or you might be, there is a National Center for Disaster Scam Fraud hotline. And the number will be on the screen in this segment.
Okay, well, thank you for that information. So then let's move into Equifax. Am I saying it right?
Equifax.
Equifax.
Yeah.
A security breach. How does that affect our viewers? What should our viewers be aware of?
Sure. So with the Equifax breach, they are saying 143 million people are potentially affected by this breach and involved in this breach. So that's half the country.
So that's a lot of citizens of the United States.
Yeah, that's about half the country are potentially impacted by this breach. So if you've ever looked at a credit bureau or know what all entails in a credit bureau, it's not just personal information. It's where your mortgage is to, how much it's for, what you're paying.
Credit cards that you've everything, right? It's your
how much credit limit you have,
financial background.
So it's a lot of information on these reports. And so the best thing to do is to check to see if you are on the list of being a involved in the breach. You can do that by going to equifaxsecurity2017.com. From there, you enter in the last 6 of your social and your last name, and then it'll tell you if you're suspected to be involved in the breach or not.
Okay, and then they'll give you information from there.
Yep, and regardless of if you're involved in the breach, you can also sign up. Equifax is offering everyone free credit monitoring for a year for their Equifax credit reports. You can sign up for that right at that website too. So that's always a good idea.
Wow. Well, thank you for joining us. Those are some excellent, helpful hints and stuff, and we'll be looking forward to your October, editions. So
definitely.
Well, you can find out past editions of Money Matters on Links 24 with our Facebook page. We need to take a short break, but when we come back, Nick and I will be giving you the green on lunch in our September edition of The Organic Foodie. Don't go anywhere.